Sometimes we find ourselves attracted to emotionally unavailable and difficult partners. And we ask ourselves, why does this keep happening to me? One possible reason is unconscious belief that many people carry inside. A belief that says, love must come with pain. That real love should feel hard, emotional, or even painful. This belief usually doesn't start in adult relationships. It often begins in childhood. As children, we don't learn about love from words. We learn from experience. And if love from important adults wasn't stable, if it was unpredictable, distant, or connected with emotional tension, then something important happens inside us. The nervous system learns. Love feels like waiting, uncertainty, and emotional effort. So later in life, calm relationships can feel unfamiliar, sometimes even uncomfortable. Not because they are wrong, but because our system is used to intensity. There is also another pattern that strengthens this. If love is given in an unpredictable way, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, it creates a very strong emotional attachment. You start to focus on the moments of closeness, and you start to chase them when they disappear. This creates a cycle of hope, waiting, and emotional tension. And this is one reason why emotionally unavailable people can feel so attractive. Not because they are truly right for us, but because the pattern feels familiar to our system. We also live in the culture that often reinforces this idea. In movies, songs, stories, love is often shown as something painful. We hear messages like, if it hurts, it's love, I can't live without you, love means suffering. Over time, these ideas can shape how we interpret relationships. And we may start to believe, if there is no pain, there is no real love. But in reality, healthy love feels very different. It's not chaotic or confusing. It feels calm, emotionally safe, stable, respectful, and clear. In healthy love, you don't spend most of your time guessing where you stand. You don't feel like you need to earn attention or chase connection. There is space to simply be yourself. And this is an important distinction. Intensity is not love. Emotional stress is not connection. Sometimes what we call chemistry is actually anxiety. And what we call passion can sometimes be emotional instability. If a relationship repeatedly makes you feel anxious, emotionally confused, guilty, or afraid of losing the person, it is worth pausing and asking, is this love or is this an old pattern being repeated? Because often we aren't reacting to the present moment alone. We are reacting to something familiar from the past, a dynamic where love had to be earned, or where emotional safety was not consistent. The important thing is this pattern can change, but it starts with awareness. When you begin to see it clearly, you are no longer fully inside it. You gain space to choose differently. And now, if this resonates with you, you can try a short practice. You can repeat this slowly with presence. I disconnect myself from the belief that love must be painful. This pattern is no longer active in my life. I release the idea that love requires suffering or emotional struggle. I end this cycle in my life and in my family line. I no longer choose relationships that bring me emotional pain or instability. I choose relationships that feel safe, calm, and respectful. I allow love to feel steady and peaceful. I allow myself to feel safe in love. Take a moment after this. Notice how your body feels when you hear these words. Because understanding something is not enough. The real shift happens when your internal experience begins to change. You don't need pain to prove love. You don't need struggle to make love real. Real love doesn't take away your peace. And the more clearly you feel this difference, the more your choices will naturally begin to change.